Good morning. Well, I'm just going to be showing you around my Excel page and what I can do. First of all, I have pre-recorded everything for the spreadsheet. I have my title up here. I am going to just fill that because I'm not too happy with the color because it blends in too much with the data. So I'll just change that to being a bit more obvious. Also, I'll show you over here, we can change, I'll just highlight the spreadsheet. I can now change it to whatever style I like. This is the style I picked. Can basically go in and change it to anything you like up here. But I'll just click out because I don't want to change what I've got now. Also, I want to show how we can remove these lines at the back because at the moment it's blending all in and not as obvious. So we'll just go out to page layout, go over to grid lines and just click on the view, which removes it, stands out now, and it's very obvious to us. Down the bottom I have tabs, one for each task in this assessment. So this is the first task. The second task, which we'll now move on to, is where we do our formulas and add another column. So I've already added the other column just to save time, but I also want to show over here where I've done a whole new spreadsheet, but it's just going in a different direction. It just depends on what the children prefer, what helps them, what they can see. I actually prefer this one because everything appears that there's not as many things to look at and doesn't overwhelm our children. So I'm just going to remove the lines at the back here as I don't like them, get rid of them. And here I'm going to show how we do a simpler form of the formulas. So here I just click on the formula. It asks me what I want to do. So I want to multiply. So I just type that in and press go. It'll show me different ways to do it. I want product, the product of. So I click on that. It's giving me the cell that I was in, so 4F. So 4E, which is there, 17. And so we're going into this one, so it already knows we're going in there, but it knows that I want 4E. And I want to multiply it by 5 because there's 5 days in a week when we need a tally for the weekly total. I click on OK, and it has given me that there. Now I want to copy this formula for all of them, save myself some time and just click on there, and it just highlights it and knows what I want. But if that's not what I want, then I click in here and I can change it to whatever I wanted it to really be. So we now have that going. Now I'll move on, now that we've done the formulas, and over this side I'll show you that it is the formula there that we've got in there as well. It makes it super easy just to do a quick formula the way I showed. Now we'll move on to task 3, which is the graphs. I have my spreadsheet here, which is showing the daily total, the weekly total, and now the monthly total. I have generated a bar graph over here and basically added some little cute pictures, and I'll show you how we will do that. So you click on the graph that you want. It shows little dots, if you can see here at the moment, and that means that it'll format the whole lot, but I just want this graph here, so I click on it again and it's just dotted around that one, showing which one will be filled. I can add different parts of it. I can change the style of what I want. As you can see, it just changed there. See, and going off it, it'll just change it. There's plenty there to fiddle around with. Can do that. I have it on a black background just so then I can see. And you can pick which variables go in there. I can change it. I can click them off so it only shows 2. And the categories, so I could just show the apple cores there, over there, or bananas, or I can click on all of them or whatever. So go back to here, I click in it. I would like to fill it. Fill with the picture, or you can fill with the colour. See, it's just changed colour. I can do a gradient, basically changing everything around, but this, I'll show you the textures and see the textures are changing. But at the moment, I would like to add a picture. So it brings up a thing here. We type in that we want orange peel. Click enter. And there's my orange peel there. And I'll just click on that to insert. Insert it. And just waiting for it to come up. There's our oranges. You can click on it, format data point. Comes up with a thing over here. You can go to the fill and stack or stretch. That's the stretched, and it's a bit difficult to see what the picture is, so we'll just go to stack, and that's what we got there. Moving on to the, I'll just close that down. Moving on to the pie graph here. I find this one really, really cool. We can move the stuff around, format the plot area. We can put all our things in, add pictures or that type of thing. I'll just click out of it, move that, and format. Oh, just need to go above that and format chart area. And then we can go here with shadows and stuff, the size, everything there. Put in borders, change the colour, that type of thing. Format the series. We can, this is a really cool thing to see. If you watch the pie graph, as I'm changing the numbers, it will spin, so I can change the angle of it. I don't like that angle. And the pie explosion, I'll just go back to where it's a solid, and you can see there's no lines between it, but I like to put in an explosion and have a space between it, and you can go as big as you like, or you can bring it back down. And I just like to have it about 4%. Just looks much better, easier to read. You can move these numbers out, so if it's just in the way, we can just move it out there and just have it where we like. And it has a little line that goes to it, so we can move it over here, and the little line shows us where it's going to if that's an issue. And just move that up, just move that back in just for the moment. Okay, now the next thing I want to do is add a picture into this pie graph. So I right click on here, fill with a picture. It comes up with my search bar, and I want apple cores. Click on it, and there's a cute little apple core right there. Click on it, insert, wait for it to come up, and that's done the whole lot. And you can see why that has done it, because the little blue dots, I highlighted them all. Now if I didn't want the whole lot, I can go back and just highlight that one. See how there's just a dot in that segment now? So this time it's not going to fill the whole thing. I'll just go back again, search, apple cores. There's the apple that we want, insert it, and there we can see it's in just the area that I want now. We can bring that up in the picture, the picture, and just see all the different things we can do with that picture. Close that down. You can play with it, pretty much do anything you want with these pie graphs. Now I just want to show another cool thing that we can do, and that is we select the whole thing and copy it, and then I can go to PowerPoint or any other program I like and paste it in, and there we have this now in PowerPoint where we can do a presentation. You can do it in Word, putting it in all those type of things, where you can now have a infographic article for anything you pretty much need to do. Going back to Excel, the last thing I would like to show is all these up the top can be pretty overwhelming for little children, and we can pretty much customize the toolbar. So we go to the customize toolbar, we can add what we want to see, what we don't want to see, what's in there. So we can have add formula cells, add it over here, and it's got that. So it can all be just changed to customized to exactly how things you want to do. I put in home tab, I add it over there, all that type of thing. Yes on OK, and we got this up here. Okay, thank you very much for watching my presentation.